And good evening from New York. I'm Ali Velshi in for Chris Hayes. If you've spent the past few weeks feeling helpless, like there was no way to stop what was coming out of the Trump White House this time around, it appears as though critics of the administration have held the line. And a radical plan to freeze government spending is on hold tonight after a major backlash. Now, this is one confusing and somewhat opaque story, which under Trump tends to be by design. But we're going to take you through what appears to have happened. It was an odyssey that started after Trump's inauguration last Monday, as he signed a slate of executive orders and memoranda targeting wokeness and diversity in the government. But how to carry out many of those orders fell to Trump's allies in the Office of Management and Budget. That's the agency that manages the day-to-day running of the federal government and disperses its money. On Monday, the OMB issued a two-page memo filled with MAGA buzzwords that appeared to bring the entire machine of government to a halt. Quote, federal agencies must temporarily pause all activities related to obligation or disbursement of all federal financial assistance and other relevant agency activities that may be implicated by the executive orders, end quote. Which sounds a lot like an order to freeze all government spending, a de facto shutdown. And why? Well, according to the memo, it was so Trump's bureaucrats could vet every dollar the government spends to find outlays that, quote, advance Marxist equity, transgenderism, and Green New Deal social engineering policies, end quote. Now, if that sounds reckless, it's because it is. It's also unconstitutional. A president cannot simply refuse to spend the money that Congress already authorized in a budget. But Republicans defended the order anyway.
I think this is something that the American people will approve of.
I think it's important for the president and his team to review all the money that's going out the door.
Thank God President Trump actually is keeping his promise for some fiscal responsibility.
We don't know where a lot of this money's going, so I think he's doing exactly what he needs to do. Let's get a handle on all this spending.
Republicans tried to play down the controversy, but it didn't work. The freeze was already causing chaos and confusion among government workers and nonprofits all over the country who depend on federal funds to keep running.
Local lawmakers and local organizations spend the day scrambling to try to figure out what this means for them.
Also likely to get hit, services helping the area's homeless population.
Shelters for women, for children, for families, for everyone. There are motel voucher programs, rental assistance programs, food pantries, food banks.
The services that we're used to giving on a daily basis, 24 hours a day, to all of the kids who don't know where they're going to sleep that night, that gets put on pause.
I spoke to one of the most conservative sheriffs in Arizona this morning, and he said, and I quote, "This is bullshit."
The director of Head Start said hundreds of thousands of the nation's neediest families might lose their services. Local housing organizations warned that the freeze meant that low-income households might miss paying their rent and then face eviction. Medical researchers worried that a freeze could halt ongoing clinical trials into serious diseases. And then there was Medicaid, the federal health insurance for more than 70 million poorer Americans, roughly one-fifth of the country. Yesterday, Medicaid administrators across the country found that the portal that they used to access payments was blocked. After that fact was brought to the Trump administration's attention, the Medicaid portal suddenly started working again, and White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told reporters that direct assistance to Americans would continue to flow during this freeze, but she couldn't answer direct questions about one of the biggest, most important assistance programs.
Medicaid, is that affected?
I gave you a list of examples: Social Security, Medicare, welfare benefits, food stamps that will not be impacted by this federal pause. I can get you the full list after this briefing from the Office of Management and Budget. I've been asked and answered about this OMB memo. There's many other topics of the day. We will continue to provide that list as it comes to fruition.
Are you guaranteeing here that no individual now on Medicaid would see a cutoff because of the pause?
I'll check back on that and get back to you.
You could tell the Trump White House was feeling the heat from this self-made disaster. And we often forget that Donald Trump has frequently been cowed by public opinion when it turns against him. He wasn't keen on getting blamed for grandmothers and veterans and children missing their benefits. And so early this afternoon, the Trump administration seems to have reversed itself. They rescinded that OMB memo that set off the spending freeze, a move made easier by the fact that a federal judge had already halted the freeze late last night. But again, it is unconstitutional, as Trump tried to clean up the mess that his own orders had made.
As was explicitly stated, this in no way affected Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, or other entitlements that Americans depend on. I'm restating right now to correct any confusion that the media has purposely and somehow, for whatever reason, created. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid have not been affected by any action we're taking in any way, shape, or form.
All right, do not miss what happened here. A widespread backlash from politicians, but also from activists, from nonprofits, from lawyers, from everyday Americans forced this reversal. For their part, the White House says this only applies to that OMB memo. Trump's executive orders on federal funding, quote, remain in full force and effect, they say. They will try again, but now we know that this administration can be resisted.